must watch. So, all right, let's move along to the next topic here. I'm excited about this one. We're going to talk Packers defense, how it stacks up to Vance Joseph's defense in Denver. Vance Joseph is one of the most highly touted coaches in the league. I think he'll be up for a head coaching job as well. I want to say he was in Carolina for a little bit, and I think he was in Denver, went to Carolina, and then came back to Denver, if I remember correctly. You guys fact check me on that. But Vance Joseph is a hell of a defensive mind. And what I did today, much like earlier today when I was breaking down Matt LaFleur's offense versus Sean Payton's offense in terms of rankings, since that is the matchup this week, we went through and did the same thing with the defense. And Emilio, these are two of the best defenses in the entire National Football League, man. All right, so scoring, points per play allowed, Denver is 4th in the league. The Packers are 5th. All right, I mean, you can't get any closer, right, other than having a tie. Total defensive yards per play, Denver is 1st. Green Bay is 5th. So 2 top 5 defenses in terms of yards per play allowed, right? Passing, yards per play allowed, okay? Opponent yards per pass attempt is what it is. Denver, 3rd. Green Bay, 3rd. They're tied for 3rd place on opponent yards per pass attempt, passing defense. And then rushing defense, opponent yards per rush attempt, Denver's 1st, Green Bay's 5th. Now, takeaways per game, Green Bay is slightly better, slightly better. They're 25th in the league in takeaways this year. Denver is 27th. So this is going to be one of those games. Obviously, turnover differential is going to come into play, as it always does. This isn't a team that takes the ball away a lot, but we don't take the ball away a lot either. You could look at it one of two ways. Us as Packer fans, Emilio, we look at that stat and go, oh, we're due, right? But then when we see an opponent that doesn't take the ball away, oh, we're not concerned about it. Well, aren't they due too? So, again, 2 great defenses. Either of these teams could blow up with 3 takeaways in one game in a split second. But how cool is this that we get to watch 2 top 5 defenses? I feel comfortable saying that Denver is a top 3 defense, but I think Green Bay is a top 5 defense. I think they have the slight edge here, obviously, in 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 important categories we've got here. What do you think about this defensive matchup? Man, I know they're not going to be going up against each other, but it's just so cool to see Hafley and Vance Joseph, probably two of the leading candidates for a head coaching job next year, locking horns and getting out there on the call sheet this week. It's going to be awesome, man.
Yeah, no, and I think it's just 2 good coaches scheming up against each other, trying to attack the other team, right? And being able to, I mean, Vance has got a battle on his hand. He's got to go up against Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, and all of our offensive options. Jeff Hafley's got a tough thing. You got to go up against Sean Payton's mind, Bo Nix. They got, good backs, got RJ Harvey out there. There's a lot out there that they can work with. They got a good O-line. Maybe that's the difference is, we're working with a little bit, worse O-line than they are. Okay, how can they attack that? How can Hafley attack their weak spots? It's just it's a chess match back there, man. It really is. And I am excited for it. I think you're right, though. We do probably need to give the nod to the Broncos there. But Hafley is the man. We're blessed to have him. I'm hoping for a couple more years with him because we need it.
No, I'm with you on that, man. And here's the cool thing. Like, when you look at the matchup as a whole, again, we put the tweet out earlier about offense. We have the advantage on offense. They have one of the 5 categories, I believe it was, which was rushing offense. They have the better running game. They're ranked 10th. We're ranked like 20th. Everything else we're significantly better at on offense, right? So on defense, it's completely flipped. They are a little bit better than us on defense. I feel like a little better on offense. That difference between our offenses versus their defenses, we've got a little bit of an edge there. And again, when we looked at the PTA power rankings and the point system we use, we're showing it as a 3-point game, right? Advantage Packers. The spread is now at 2 points. So the Packers are 2-point favorites as it sits right now. So we're just a half a point off from that 1.5-point home field advantage for Denver of our line lining up perfect with where the market is sitting right now. And let's hit this real quick just to look at the money and how it's changed. And then we'll get ready to wrap up. This show has flown by.
Yes, real quick, just reality shows. Just want to hit this for you, man. Thank you again for the super chat. He said, I agree. Phillip may do well. I'm just concerned about 5 years out of the league and having to face the best defenses in the league. I'd rather see him do well, but I just can't see it happening. I get it, man. It's one of those, Clay, where you're sifting through the franchise, right? We're deep into the franchise season, and you're just like, oh, quarterback goes down. You dive into the free agent market, and you're scrolling through, looking for that NFL logo. I just need somebody down there. I'll take him. He's at probably 73 right now, 72, 73. Mobility's probably down, but I'll take him spinning it, man. It's not like you lost the arm, and if he can transfer the weight, he can still throw the rock.
Yeah, and to go back to his comment, I want to be very clear there. I don't think it's going to work for Andy either. I don't. Right. And the way I always answer these questions is if somebody were to ask me, okay, how do you feel about that? I have to run it through the filter of, would I bet the farm? You got to bet one way or the other. Yeah. It's either going to work or it's not. There's no, I'm sitting this one out. You got to bet one way or the other. I'm betting against Phillip Rivers leading the Colts to this magical season. Mm-hmm. It is still, though, it's a very, very fun situation.
Do you think he could get him to the playoffs?
We'd have to look. We'd have to
keep
take
it on track. All right, yeah, we maybe dive into that later. But I think that'd be, man, to just get him into a game, keep him on the train tracks is all I'm really asking out of you, Phillip. And just don't blow the great start that they had. Because I mean, I think they were talking, early pick beginning of this year, right? Before they got to this point.
Yeah, and so let me just click this real quick, and then we'll get back on track. They are currently 13.5-point underdogs to Seattle this week, right? So again, Vegas knows what they're doing, right? The remaining Colts schedule is at Seattle, San Francisco at home, Jacksonville, who's playing damn good football, and then on the road against Houston.
Wow.
I don't see.
I think your only option is to bring in Rivers.
It is, no doubt.
I honestly think, because Shane Falco, he's not out there. I can't bring in the replacement. So I think Phillip's the best bet at this point. Yeah. A guy that already knows the offense and all that, you can just hop right in and go. That's tough. And it looks like Mo Bills says it's a football for me. I think it's Clayton's accent that AI's picking up. They're putting a little soccer ball on the like instead of a American football there, Clay.
No way.
Yeah.
No, dude.
We'll have to email YouTube there. Tell them to get that.
Is it still doing it for you? Double check.
Yeah, it did. It did for me too.
It did a soccer ball?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It spins though. We'll take it.
I don't care how it spins. That's ridiculous. All right, we're ending the stream. We'll see y'all over on Rumble right now. Hell with you too. So I wanted to look at the money here. Remember what I said about how Vegas is owning the public on the point spread game, right? When the public is on 60% or more, 60% of the money or more is on one team, the opposite team wins the spread typically, and they're running away with it, right? That's kind of been the theme this year. Now that could change at any moment, but look at where the money's at here, Emilio. Denver plus 2.5, 72% of the money is on Denver at plus 2.5. So what's that tell you? There's probably about a 65 to 75% chance, somewhere in that range, that the Packers will cover that 2.5-point spread. What does that mean? They'll win by at least 3 points, right? There's no slam dunk. This isn't gambling advice. I'm just telling you what the numbers have done up to this point in the season. So I think that's awesome. That's great news for the Packers, or the Packers and Packer fans, that the Broncos, 72% of the public's money and 71% of the bets. So it's not one of those that's teetering, okay, half the bets, half the money. 72% of the money, 71% of the tickets themselves are on the Broncos plus 2.5. You love to see that going into this game. We talked about this last week, right, with the Bears, and look how the game played out, right? The Packers covered the spread. So really, really interesting to see how everything kind of falls into place here. And we're going to do a little PFF preview. We'll do that tomorrow, but that's kind of what we got on tap. Now, if you guys are watching this video back later, we were talking defense, right? Our defense against their defense. Let us know in the comments what you think about how Hafley's defense stacks up against Vance Joseph's defense. And make sure you hit like, subscribe, click the bell icon so you know when we go live in the future. Is there anything else you want to talk about here, Emilio, before we wrap up, man? We could just kind of hang out for about 5 minutes if you want. Yeah. Is there anything in the chat that you wanted to hit before we get out of here?
Just Rich Bisaccia going into this one, with the special teams that the Broncos have, we need to be ready for it, right? They got Mims as their returner. He can break it. I'm pretty sure he had one last game against the Raiders, which gave him that 7-point win. And it's just something that, we talked about. All right, Evan Williams.
Punter kickoff.
Kickoff, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's kickoff, but I think he returns both of them. But he's been stellar, and just being able to approach it. That's why we have Keyshawn, or that's why we have Bull out there. That's why we have Evan out there. That's why X is out there on those. I mean, those guys are playing 100 snaps or so on special teams compared to where we were previously, past 3, 4 years, 5 years, where we never even tried it. All it was backups out there. You never got your starters out there. It's one of those things in college. The starters don't go out there. You're not trying to do that. This team knows, hey, we need all hands on deck. It doesn't matter 60 minutes is 60 minutes of the game. I don't care if it's offense, defense, special teams. We need to make it happen. You've got Brandon McManus coming back into his field. He knows how to kick there. Rich was saying, hey, you need to tell me what side of the field you want, what wind's feeling like, how's the leg feeling at beginning of the game, what's our distance. And it's nice that he knows, he's been there so long. Yeah, we're going into the different altitudes and things like that. People are worried about that. McManus is kicked in there. I'm feeling confident in that. I can kind of slide that to the side. I'm thinking kickoff and punt coverage. We got Danny Whelan, who's been our saving grace.
Yes.
But we need to make sure that we're locking up. Hopper needs to do well. McDuffie, we want to get our captain out there and make sure that everything's buttoned up on the special teams. They've been grading out in like the 80s for the season, I think. So it's a good special teams. It's one phase of the game that's super important that we need to keep an eye on this week.
Absolutely huge. So if special teams ends up deciding this game this weekend, whether it's good or bad for the Packers, remember this segment where Emilio pointed it out. I have not covered it at all. So I'm glad you brung that back center. Drew D in the chat says Mims both kick return and punt returner.
Okay.
But his touchdown was a punt return. So there you go. Right. And I feel a lot better about our punt coverage team because of Daniel Whelan being able to put that thing where he needs to put it to give his punt coverage team a little bit more of an advantage. Whether you want to try to pin them deep left and have that type of coverage, to kind of pin them into the sideline. Man, there's nobody in the league, in my opinion, better in the punt game.
No, he has a full set of clubs, man. I think he's even got that. That Top Golf driver, Clay, the one with the extra large. You can send that thing to the moon. I think Danny Whelan's got one of those in the bag too.
Yeah. Andy Dubs in the chat, lock in the fourth quarter. Denver has 6 comeback wins. Got to finish, right? Got to finish.
And they were down, 20 or 30 to the Giants? SA was at that game in person. They came all the way back. I remember. Yeah. That's something we got to pay. Yeah, it was the Giants, cool, but we can't rest on our laurels being up 20 or 30 on them. It needs to be head down.
Hold up a minute. SA went to a Giants game?
SA was in Colorado, right? Went to the Denver Giants game and then went to the Denver Cowboys game. They had the tickets the weekend before.
He did a 2-for-1. He got
a twofer. He got a twofer. Yeah.
And I love that he went in there to troll those NFC East division rival Giants.
I told him to wear a Cowboys jersey. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I was like, all right, fine.
I think that SA tries to avoid confrontation because when it comes to confrontation, SA going to throw hands. That's
Oh yeah. Come on now.
No doubt about it. Great point there, Andy. They are definitely a comeback type team. I didn't even think about this. Biz 1987, McManus revenge game.
Mm-hmm. Same for Emmanuel Wilson. They kept asking him. He got a personal interview actually on Packers YouTube if you want to check out that video. But they were asking him, are you holding a grudge? Do you have all this? Obviously, the dude would want to go out for 300 yards, right? But why are you holding that sort of grudge right now? He's a part of the Packers. He's a family of the Packers. We want us to do well. Yeah, he came from there, whatever. If it happens, it happens. Great. But it's not like the dude's holding up a grudge for just as a revenge game to the Broncos organization or whatever.
Right. And again, he's made a lot of kicks in that stadium, so there's a lot of familiarity there for him with how how that ball travels a little bit better in that thin air, and also I'm sure he understands the wind trajectory and all that. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be.
That's what Rich was saying. Yep, Rich was like, "Hey, we want to. Where are we going for half? If we flip the coin, we defending left, defending right. What do you want by the fourth quarter? What do you want at halftime? All those things come into play."
Yeah, Biz 1987 said another fourth quarter comeback team. Great. Hey, go look at Jordan Love's ratio in terms of when his team is down in the fourth quarter, how he leads them to the go-ahead score late in the fourth quarter. It's unbelievable. He's like top 3. He's got another one since then. Mm-hmm. So he might even be top 2 over the last, I can't remember how many years it was. It was something crazy though, dude. It was like since 2010 or something like that.
Yep.
It's wild how clutch Jordan Love has been.
You want to see a closer, you're looking at him right there on the right side of the screen for offense, and our defensive closer, again, right there, center and right side of the screen. So, I mean, we have closers as well. Yeah, they could be a fourth quarter team. You pay Micah, you pay Jordan to walk it down on a 2-minute drive in the fourth, and that's why you pay him the big bucks. You pay Micah the big bucks to get that sack on second, third, whatever down in the fourth. And we've seen him do that. It can happen. But again, you get all these reps, all these young guys, all this different experience. I'm excited to see who's playing out there, right? Who are they going to put out there against the quote unquote best team in the AFC? Who's getting those reps? Who's getting that time? Because you get that in the game now, you're probably playing in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You're going to get some burn at that same. They have faith in you kind of thing.
Yeah, Nick McSwain in the chat said they had to have like a 33-point comeback to beat the Giants. LOL. That's another way you can look at it. It's like, okay, the Giants aren't equipped with that horrible defense to stop a team from coming back. Mm-hmm. You get up by 14 points with this Packers defense.
Could you imagine?
You feel really good about keeping the Broncos from coming back there.
Well, that's what Hafley was saying, Clay. Hafley said if we could have stopped him on that 2-point conversion, the Bears, it would have been a passing game moving forward. We haven't been able to tee off and tape the ears back, put the blinders on, and just start rushing. We haven't had a Tennessee game like last year where you can get after them 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We need to get up by a couple scores. Is it going to happen against the 10-2 or 11-2 Broncos? Probably not. But if it does, hey, I'd like to see their defense keep up. If we get a couple of scores, maybe they get a little flustered. The offense is trying to catch up. You get our defense going off. Hey, I'm for it. It's just we got to make sure the defense isn't gassed. Offense needs to work the clock against this good team. It's probably not going to be explosive plays, but we need to also make sure we're not doing 3 and outs. We're not doing, one first down and then we're off the field. We need to be converting on third, converting in the red zone. Those are going to be big numbers this week too.
Yeah. Andy Dubs with the super chat. Thank you, Andy. He says, kick it or receive it to start if we have to pick. I'll let you go first, Emilio. How do you feel about it? This isn't trying to predict what Matt will do. This is what would you do? How would you see this?
Against the Broncos, I think I would take it, and we need to march down that field and put something on the board. I don't care if it's 3. I don't care if it's 7. We need to put something on the board just on that first drive. Get over the hump, because you don't want to go out there down 7 against that kind of a defense. I think I'd rather kind of gas down on them at the beginning. And then, hey, well, if they go to double it up or whatever it is at the end of the second, fine. You just got to play it tight, and you're banking on your special teams, and that's where I'm thinking, hey, I would much rather have McManus, more faith in McManus later on in the game. Let's get our offense humming early, and try to move it like that.
And I'm sure Matt LaFleur agrees with you, and I know people disagree with taking the ball first, but I'm sure he agrees with you because he's also looking at this is a tough defense. Let's go get as much information as quick as possible, right? I know I tend to lean towards I'd rather have the ball in the second half.
Oh, me too. If we're playing college football, Clay, I'm receiving every time. Don't get me wrong. But this game in particular, give me the ball right now. Or I'm sorry, I'm kicking it. But in this game in particular, give me the ball. Let's go, like you said, figure something out. Get something out there. Because what happens if they get the ball, Clay? They run the clock down to 2 or 3 minutes left in the first. I mean, your offense has been sitting on the field that whole time. Come on now.
Yeah, and the other aspect of that too is as you get the ball first, right? What do we always talk about? There's 3 phases to the game. What's the first phase? The first quarter is about gathering information. You get the first crack at gathering that information so you know exactly how they're going to attack you on defense right off the bat, right? Matt LaFleur being an offensive-minded head coach, that's why he tends to lean toward, let's get that out of the way. Let's get the offense going. Like you said, you have more confidence in your openers, whether it's been successful or not. Every head coach feels more confident in their 15, 20 play opener script, whether they're using a script now or not. You like your opportunity to go out there and score on the opening drive before they make their adjustment too. If you jump up early and now they feel like just even if it's a 10% more pressure rate to crap, we got to throw the ball a little bit. They get away from their 10th ranked rushing offense and having to kind of lean on their 16th ranked passing offense. That plays into your hands as well, especially with the Packers pass defense being so good. It's going to be an interesting game, man. Because these are arguably, some people are saying this might be a Super Bowl preview. You know? that's how people feel about these two teams. And it's I'm excited to see it all unfold. And here's the thing. If the Packers go out there and they lose and they play competitive and you gather information on the Broncos, and then next time you face them, if it does come to a Super Bowl, guess who's going to have the advantage statistically speaking? Because, again, it's hard to beat the same team twice in 1 year. You'd like to think the team that won will be a little bit of the disadvantage because they have to make the decision, do we do what we did against them last time, knowing full well they know that's probably what we're going to do? Or do we go ahead and try to switch it up and then go back to that in the second half? And again, that comes to the second phase of the game, second and third quarter, make the adjustment, control the middle lane, right? Yep. So it's going to be fun, man. I can't wait. It's going to be an absolute blast. Drew D with the super chat there. Thank you so much, Drew. He says, hot take, Parsons gets a holding call this week. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. How do you see that, Amelia? You think they're finally going to call holding? Because I'm telling you, man, after the Bears offensive lineman literally put his hand on Micah Parsons' throat like this to block him, and they didn't call it.
He got it from Luther Burden.
Yeah, there you go. Right. I'm not expecting a holding call the rest of the year, Drew. I hate to say that, and that's why you obviously specified it's a hot take. But what do you think, Amelia? You got anything? Matt's done everything he can. He talks about it all the time. The fans have made an uproar on it. We had it trending again. I was trending on Twitter when we got it going against the Dallas Cowboys. Like, what the hell's going on? They're not calling any hold. Right? This is egregious, right? We were actually trending on Twitter that night.
I think he's going to have to sell it at one point. Maybe not right away. I mean, it's got to be, I think, when we have a little bit of a lead, maybe we go up 7. I think he's just got to grab just grab the dude's arm, sell it, flop it, whatever you need to do, fall right in front of the dude with the white hat. I mean, there's nothing else you can do besides make it blatant and obvious and just literally, I mean, if it's a hold that you just go limp, man, we got to try something else because, man, it's getting out of hand. I think they might have to throw on this week because it is getting to be such a hot topic. I think it's made its ways across, Twitter, into TV, all that. So I think that we might get one. But watch, it's probably not even going to be on Micah, though. Micah's going to get held. It's going to be Rashawn coming underneath, and Rashawn's going to get the holding call. And we called one for you guys.
Right. Or what should be like our fourth string defense.
Yeah. Carl Brooks is going to get 3 holdings against him. Just he's tearing it up on the inside.
Yeah, Jen Wright said they did a segment. I think she's talking about the fact that they didn't get any calls. So, I mean, it is getting some – it's gotten some buzz across social media. Not that it matters, right? I mean, we've proven time and time again. But, again, I'm not going to be quiet about it. When I see it, other fan bases are going to do it. Yeah. And if that gives them a slight advantage because, wow, it got really, really loud when those officials meet for that meeting that week. Hey, guys, we got to be aware of this. We got a lot of heat from the suits up top. This looked really suspicious, if you will. So, yeah.
And if they want to get out of it easy, fine. Call it on first down. Call it on second down. You don't need to call it on the major plays, but also don't be sitting there waiting to call a DPI at the same time on a third down. You know what I mean? You can't be giving us a holding call on first down and come back on third down, give them a DPI and a first down. You could really work that. But, yeah, let's see. I would just like to have less penalties than the other team. That's –
that would be fun.
We finally got down off the double digits. I was standing on that hill for a while at the beginning of the season. We got ourselves down. We've been at single digits for the past few games. Let's beat the other team in penalties.
There you go. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Thanks to everybody with the super chats. Want to give a shout out, Reality Shift, Andy Dubs, and Drew D. Thank y'all so much for the generosity there. And, let us know what you think about the show. Everything we cover, man, hit us up in the comments. Every time you guys comment, it helps boost the algorithm. Every time you hit like and spin the soccer ball, unbelievable.
But you got to fix the accent. I think they just heard you're talking football too much,
Yes, so that's unbelievable. I literally, when I finally brag about it, they changed it, right? Like, unbelievable.
Because I went down, right as you said that, I went down and clicked it. I said, oh, no. He said, spin those laces. Then I just saw a soccer ball spin. Oh, boy.
Yeah, you didn't have the heart to tell me until they brought it up in the chat.
Yeah, they didn't. I was trying to let it slide.
Oh, man, I'm going to hit it once here and see what happens. Let's see here. Let's see what happens just real quick. I ought to put it up. I ought to pull it up on the screen.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, we got a football. This is unbelievable.
Oh, my gosh. All right, we'll get it in there tomorrow. We'll make sure they adjust that.
I'm glad you could feel confident in that, Amelia. I have no idea how the hell we're going to do that.
We're not going to.
You can't get anybody to talk to you over there. So, we'll maybe I'll try to set up a chat here with
YouTube
help and say, hey man, what's up with the football? Come on, fix this.
Come on, now. Tell
me the football.
See,
all right, Emilio, thank you for your time, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, absolutely, Clay. Glad to be here.
Right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. There may not be an evening show tomorrow, but we will be going live throughout the day. We'll see. I think you got plans tomorrow, Emilio. I think Tim.
I believe I'll let you know. I'll let you know if it changes, but we'll double check before. But like you said, keep your eyes peeled, get subbed, hit the bell icon so you know. Clay did a show earlier today too, crushed it. And it's just those ones are fun, man. I'm gonna hop in one of these days, just surprise them, just see if I can get them off guard.
Yeah, dude, it's a blast, man. It really is, and I'm just so surprised at how many people jump in randomly. It's great, man. We got an awesome crew. So again, thanks everybody. Hit that like button. We will see you
football tonight, right?
Yes, we do. It should be kicking off right about now. So let's. Who are we pulling for again? I'm trying to think. Who is? We got an NFC team playing. I know. Hold on just a second. I'll tell you. We got. It's Atlanta and Tampa. So we're Falcons fans tonight. Yep. Tampa is sitting at 7-6. Atlanta is at 4, and Tampa kind of skidding right here. They are 5.5-point favorites. So let's all hop over there and check that game out. Appreciate everybody's time tonight. Hit that like, hit subscribe. We'll see y'all tomorrow. This is PTA. My name's Clayton. That's Emilio. Go Pack, go.
Here we go. We out.
Bye, guys.